Good morning and welcome to another episode of Vlogmas. My name is Sarah. This channel is where I share all about my crafty projects. It's mostly knitting, but I've got some spinning and sewing and quilting sprinkled in this month as well. And it is Saturday, December 13th. It's about 8:40 in the morning and you're getting the fully unedited look this morning. I rolled out of bed and this is what we're dealing with today. So it's hopefully going to be a super quiet, relaxed Saturday around here. I got a lot of my kind of like housework kind of stuff done yesterday afternoon. I did go out to dinner with my friends last night, which was really fun. I, of course, am bad at getting footage of dinners, so kind of forgot to film too much from that, but it was super good. And yeah, my plan for today is just to kind of do a lot of crafting, do some baking. I want to bake the rest of the pfeffernuss cookies that were part of the Sarah Shear Gnome Knit Along. I want to bake the other half of those today. And I got some little mason jars, so I'm gonna hopefully package those up as gifts. And then I need to bake some shortbread cookies today as well for a cookie swap. We're doing at work on Monday. And if I have it in me, I might also bake some zucchini bread. And I may do one of those things tomorrow morning, but we'll see. I probably won't get all three of those things done today. But yeah, some crafting, some baking, probably watching lots of Vlogmas. And later tonight, we were supposed to go out for a friend's birthday, but we're supposed to get a bunch of snow today. And our friend works in like city maintenance, so when there's snow, he usually gets called in to work to help clear the roads. So I would guess that we won't be doing that. So I think it's just gonna be a cozy day in. And later tonight, I'm hopefully gonna come back and do another check-in and share some of my favorite Vlogmas with you guys that I've been watching. So let's talk Advent things real quick. I haven't done too much today. Enjoying my morning coffee. Okay, so I did do my spinning for today and we started the final braid today. So I am doing an Advent style spin where I'm just spinning, it's like ½ ounce of fiber every day approximately. And my goal is to finish up a couple days before Christmas so that I can get everything plied and get it ready to cast on for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I'm going to be making a jaunty shawl by Andrea Mowry. Excuse me, and I am doing a 3-ply combo spin using 3 different braids. So I'm just spinning each braid onto its own bobbin and then I'm going to apply them together. All of the braids are from Oink Pigments, but they're all different fiber blends. So the one I just started today, the final one, is their Polworth Silk Fluff, which is 85% Polworth and 15% Tessa Silk. And this was the special colorway for the Wool Gathering, which is a small yarn festival here in Yellow Springs, Ohio. It's about an hour from where I live, but it was in September. It's a really nice, like, approachable festival. It's not like super overwhelming, but this color was their custom colorway for that, and it's called a Thrumming Bird. And here is a little bit of the fiber. So it's a white base, but it has like this gray, purple, red, and these little pops of green, which I thought were really fun. And I feel like it looks pretty dark in the little nest, but it's spinning up really light and pretty. So I did spin today's already, and I feel like the white comes through a bit more, like everything's getting a little bit more blended once it's spun up. So I really like how that's looking, and I think these are gonna be really pretty plied together. I can't wait to ply them. I think it's gonna have like a holiday feel, but not like overtly Christmassy. So I'm sure I'll show the other plies at some point again in a future video. But the first one was just like a red and white, like candy cane kind of stripe. And the second one was like reds and pinks and purples. So I think they're gonna be really pretty together. Excited to keep spinning that. This one is kind of in between the other two. So the first one was like a superwash merino cashmere blend, and it was fun and quick to spin, but it was very kind of slippery and it took a lot of twist and it feels pretty dense. The second one was superwash targi, and that one had a lot of air in it, so it was really fluffy, didn't need as much twist, and this one's kind of right in the middle, so I'm really enjoying it so far. Let's do Adventy gifty things. So I've opened my Fiber Fox Advent color for today. So this is the Fade. Here's today's color. So definitely trending more towards the kind of periwinkle now. I think we're going from blue to purple. I'm gonna crinkle for a second and open my mystery advent from Jess. Sorry about that. Let me just dump this out. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Oh, there's all kinds of little things in here. Okay, so, oh, that's hilarious. Here's the yarn. It is very similar to this. It's really pretty. Honestly, all of these have been bangers. Every single one has been so good. She knows me so well. So pretty. Let's see. She included a little note on what it is. So this is day 13, Farmer's Daughter, either October or December from 2023 Sock Club. And it's a 75-25 blend, 34 grams. She included all this helpful info. I just sent her yarn chaos. So hopefully she's enjoying that. I got a Yarn Appreciation Society sticker. Very cute. Oh, this is, I think this is one of the Crayabea ones. Okay, just tell me if I'm wrong about that, but is this one of Rebecca Close like designs? It's so cute. Thank you. I'll put that on my filing cabinet here with all my stickers on it. And there was also a little chocolate in there. Little milk chocolate with sea salt. So sweet. I'm giving myself a pair of socks today, so, oh, and I should say the Scrappy Advent, I try to give context for all these things at the beginning of every new episode, but my friend Jess and I we're exchanging Scrappy Advents this year, and then we will use those scraps to knit scrappy sweaters together in January, so that's kind of what that's all about. And then socks, so I knit a lot of socks. Socks are kind of my jam. Every year, the socks that I knit for myself throughout the year, I set them aside and just kind of store them until December. And then I gift them to myself throughout the month of December. And today we have a very exciting pair of fluffy mohair socks. I, of course, cannot remember the yarn combo that I used for these, but I have knit a couple pairs of mohair socks as gifts for other people, but this is the first pair I'll be keeping for myself. The color is amazing and I cannot wait to put these on. It's super chilly today. I think the real feel is like 9 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's pretty cold. And like I said, we're gonna get a bunch of snow today, so these are gonna be the perfect cozy house socks for today. Can't wait to wear them. I've been looking forward to these ones for a while now. And I haven't started any Advent knitting yet, but I will be doing that shortly. But just as a reminder, I am doing a pair of Advent socks that you all are voting on the colors. So here's where we're at so far, little halfway check-in. This is the first 12 colors, I think. Yeah. Yes, so this is the halfway point. I need to do 2 more stripes until I put in the forethought heel. And then we'll just be going until we've done 24 stripes. So the next color I'm gonna be putting in today that you guys voted on is this pink. So we're gonna have the pink next, which will be really pretty. And then I still need to pull colors for today. So I picked like 20 scrap colors out of my stash that felt kind of Christmassy. They're mostly solids. There's a couple like lightly variegateds, like the one from yesterday. And then I assigned them each a number, and every day I'm using a random number generator to kind of like pick 3 options, and then you all are voting on them on Instagram stories, which has been so fun. So again, thank you to everyone who's been voting. I'm loving it, and I'm loving all of your feedback. Like a lot of you have messaged me, like a couple of my friends are like having a competition to see which of them can get it, like guess the one that wins every day. Somebody messaged me and said they couldn't believe I hadn't rigged it yet and that they wouldn't have been able to resist that. And yeah, it's just been fun interacting with you all. So yeah, if you want to vote, you can follow me on Instagram at Sarah_seams. That's also linked below in the description box. And I've been posting in my stories every day that you can vote on these. So yeah, if you're interested, please check it out. It's been really fun. I'm so excited to keep going with those. And then my big project is my Wildflower Pullover by Andrea Gaughan. That's the one that I'm knitting with the Faded Advent. I didn't bring that over to show you this morning, but I'm sure you'll see it later in the video. So yeah, and if I have a whole day of crafting ahead of me, I will probably get to work on a couple other things. So I've been working on my self-striping sock, the one where I am like timing myself just to see out of pure curiosity how long it takes me to knit a pair of socks. And I would also love to at least get like 1 or 2 of my Quiltmas blocks done during Vlogmas. I have been printing them out as they've been coming out, and I think all of them have been released now. Quiltmas is a collection, like 12 different quilt designers come together. They each design like a holiday block and they release it as a sampler. So the first 12 days, so yeah, it is yesterday, would have been the last day. Each day, one of the blocks is released. This year they had kits, and I bought the kit because it was really gorgeous. So I've just been having those sitting around waiting for me to get to them, and I just haven't had time yet. So maybe today I'll at least get to like cut out 1 or 2 of those, and maybe I can try and sew them up at some point before the end of Vlogmas. I don't know. I'm definitely going to be taking that project into next year, which is just fine. So yeah, that's everything for now. I will definitely plan on being back for some kind of evening segment today unless something crazy happens. So let's get on with a cozy day of crafting. Good evening. I am all cozied up in my knitting corner. I hope the lighting is okay. It's about 7 p.m. I am sitting in the big cozy leather chair you always see in the background of my videos. I'm snuggled up under my holiday blanket. You can see my shawls hanging up here behind me. This is a very cozy spot always, but especially in the winter when I can see my tree and it's just feeling very festive. So yeah, I have had a super chill, blissed out, crafty day, and it was very much needed and very wonderful. So what updates do I have? I worked on my sock. I think so far today we might have a unanimous winner for the next sock color. I just realized I thought the camera was on this side, but it's on this side. I'm sorry. Yeah, we might have our first unanimous vote for the sock color. Today we had like a red and a burgundy and a green, and so far everyone has voted for the green. I think there's like maybe one person that hasn't, but it's going to be pretty much unanimous. We are getting a ton of snow. So we've had about 2 or 3 inches already. You probably saw me attempting to snow wash some of my sweaters. So this is something I always hear people talk about, but I had never tried it. And today I was watching a video of Vlogmas. Somebody was talking about snow washing their sweaters, and I was like, oh, well, this is the perfect opportunity to try that. So I did, and it seems to have worked. We didn't maybe have quite as much snow as you really need. I was trying to kick snow on the sweaters, and I got a few leaves and stuff in there too. So I have those laying flat to dry downstairs now. So hopefully they'll be nice and freshened up. I just had a couple sweaters that had been needing washed for like weeks. So I was like, oh, perfect opportunity. I worked on the gnome today, and we finished the body. So he's all stuffed. I'm totally obsessed with him. He looks so cute. I ended up just using some like seed beads, but like bigger ones, not quite the size of like a pony bead, but kind of between like a pony bead and a seed bead that I had laying around as like a weight for him. So he looks so cute. I can't wait to see what the next clue is. I assume we're gonna start adding some of his little accessories and stuff next, like his nose and his arms or whatever. So yeah, that was an exciting update. I didn't think we were gonna be like finishing off that part today, but he is like stuffed and ready to go. And I had a really exciting update on my words are failing me, Wildflower Pullover by Andrew Gahn, my faded project. I split for sleeves today, and that means I cast off some stitches and cast on some steeks. So I now have 2 steeks going up the side for the armhole. I did also steam block the body, and it looks so gorgeous. I am like, that project is like making me emotional for some reason. I think I'm just really proud of how it's turning out, and I think I'm gonna love it. So I wanted to steam block it. I know that's not like 100% accurate way to check gauge, but I could tell my row gauge was like quite a bit smaller. Like I have 4 more rows per 4 inches than the pattern calls for. So I just wanted to see where we were at with that. Like I said in my kickoff video, I'm knitting this 2 sizes up from the size I normally would have chosen because my gauge was so much smaller than the pattern recommends. So I love the fabric that I'm getting, and I think it'll shake out okay since I'm knitting that bigger size. So I'm just gonna carry on with the gauge that I have, and I really just want to keep working on that. I'm so tempted to open extra days and keep working on it, but I'm gonna try not to do that. But yeah, I'm loving that project still. I did make a choice about another project. In my Vlogmas kickoff video, I talked about a pair of socks that I wanted to try and work on this month if I had time, which, as we are learning, I'm not gonna have time. But they were the Summer Lee, the new like Fair Isle shorty pattern that she came out with, and I had picked out all these really fun colors, and I had started just like the first couple rounds of color work, and I was using these 2 colors together, and I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but this cream like white has a lot of pink speckles, and holding it with this pink, you just can't see the motifs at all. And to be honest, I'm doing so much color work during the day already with my Wildflower Pullover. This project is not appealing to me at all right now. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and frog that. and maybe revisit that pattern at a later time, because I really want to start the new year kind of fresh and be able to keep working on my way through Summerlee's book, The Sock Project, with all those yarns I had already picked out, which I showed in a previous video. So yeah, I think I'm gonna frog that and just focus on my Advent socks and these socks, which are my self-striping holiday sock. And I might knit on these a little bit in just a few minutes. But I wanted to show you one other thing I got today. So my friend Austin, who, I'm sorry, I keep thinking the camera's on this side. My friend Austin, he is local as well. We went to college together and we've just kind of stayed close. He has his own brand called Angel Balms. And here is the card. He does all of his own original artwork and it's so amazing. So he makes lip balms and some other like beauty products, but he also, yeah, he creates these original characters and has these amazing stories for them, and makes a lot of other really fun products that kind of like go along with the stories and the characters. He does a lot of like conventions and like markets, and it's just been really awesome to like follow his journey. He went viral, his lip balms went viral on TikTok a couple of years ago, and my sister and I spent a couple days that summer just like helping him produce. I mean, it was like insane. And I really like, I'm not just saying this because he's my friend, I like truly love his lip balms. They're like the only ones that I want to use. And he did an advent calendar for the first time this year, so I ordered one and it came today. So here it is. It is the Angel Balms 12-day lip balm advent calendar. Look how cute the packaging is. There's like this cute little cloud sticker on the back, so I thought I would open that with you all. Sorry for any crinkling, but just kind of a fun little gift to myself. So let's see what's in here. Oh my gosh, look how cute the packaging is. They're each in their own little box. So cute. Okay, so today's the 13th, so I guess I could open day 1 now, right? That makes sense. Okay, so here's day 1. These little boxes are so cute. Okay. Oh, okay, so we have orange cranberry. That must be a new seasonal flavor. And the first one also comes with this little keychain cap that you can like interchange with the other lip balms. Sorry if you're not here for lip balm content, but oh my gosh, it smells so good. That's what his lip balms always like smell and taste amazing. And I'm not even like big on fragrance products, but I love his stuff so much. And it's like all natural oils, like love it so much. So yeah, here is, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. I can try and put a photo in. Yeah, orange cranberry. So that's so exciting. So I guess for the next 12 days, I'll have a fun little lip balm to open as well. I love that he decided to do that this year. Really fun. Okay, I'm running out of space. Okay, so the main reason I'm here tonight is to talk about my favorite Vlogmases. So let me get cozy. Let me get my sock project going here. It was so nice today to just sit around and knit while the snow was falling. The cats were all like super cuddly and affectionate today. It's nice when we can really like spend a lot of time with them during the day because, you know, normally we work. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna start knitting on my sock. I have a little list here of my favorite Vlogmases, and I thought I would just kind of talk through them with you. I have like 7 or 8 on my list. As I've said, I love Vlogmas. I love doing Vlogmas, but I also love watching Vlogmas, and it's really interesting because there's quite a few creators that I watch throughout the year that don't do Vlogmas, which totally get it. It's a lot of work, but there are some that like only do Vlogmas, or they like just really thrive doing Vlogmas. So it's just interesting to see. So my number one, the one that I always want to watch as soon as it comes out, is Finished Knitting Stories. And I will link all of these in the description box below. So yeah, Yana from Finished Knitting Stories, I love her podcast. She does a weekly podcast very consistently. Like if she misses a week at this point, you're like, she must be ill or something. But her Vlogmas, I love. She does a daily Vlogmas. And she is just so whimsical. That's what I love about her. She makes super interesting projects and she really embraces like play and joy in her crafting, and it's just so nice to see. You know, there's not that many people out there that have the level of like whimsy and play in their podcast that Yana does, and I think it resonates with a lot of people, and I just really love her. I think, you know, she lives in Finland, obviously, Finnish knitting stories, so get to see a little different part of the world and see some different traditions. She has a couple really cute dogs, but yeah, I mostly just love how her personality and how playful she is. Another one that I love is Mackenzie at M to the Third. She is doing a great Vlogmas this year. Her editing is like so well done. I mean, I love her regular podcast and her podcast with her friend Tim, Sibling Energy. Those are all great, but her Vlogmas has been really amazing this year. And I just love her style. I love like her creativity. You know, she tends to make things like, she has a very different color palette than I do, but like I'm always really inspired by what she's making, and just seeing her slice of life in the Pacific Northwest is really, really nice. I get a lot of like content suggestions from her, and like there's some great food content as well. So yeah, I really love Mackenzie at M to the Third. Another one I've been enjoying this year is Ani UT Knits, which is Anina. She is a pattern designer. I want to say she also lives in Finland, but I could be wrong about that. No, but I'm pretty sure she also lives in Finland. But yeah, she's a knitting pattern designer, and she did something really fun with her Vlogmas this year. She is releasing a like part of a pattern in each of her Vlogmas videos. So she's got like an Advent scarf project that you can only get the clues by watching her Vlogmas. So I think she's doing 12 videos. I think she's doing every other day. And when you tune in, you get the next little bit of the scarf pattern, which I didn't really realize she was doing that until I started watching, or I probably would have wanted to do that knit along because it looks really, really cute. It's a very simple idea. Like you kind of just knit like a chunk of stockinette and then the colorwork motif and so on and so forth, but you get a different motif in each video, and it's looking really good so far. I might like revisit it after Vlogmas, or if she releases the pattern on its own. So I just thought that was a really interesting idea. You get to see a little bit behind the scenes of her like designing and her life as well. The next one is new to me this year, and I am totally obsessed. I'm sure a lot of you watch this person already. It is Emily at the Botanical Knitter. I actually heard about her from M to the Third from Mackenzie in this year's Vlogmas. And I thought, I'll give her a try, and I just instantly love her. And it's funny, my friend Jess that I talk about all the time also this year was like, are you watching the Botanical Knitter? I just discovered her and like love her. I was like, yeah, me too. She just seems like so relatable and so down to earth. Like she's showing you every part of her life, you know, and she's so like approachable. I think anyone could like see themselves in her. Like and her projects are beautiful. Like I've just really enjoyed watching her. I'm excited to go back and check out some of her podcast episodes and watch them going forward. I want to say she's in Minnesota or Wisconsin, somewhere in the like northern Midwest in the US. And yeah, I just feel like I can relate to her. And I'm excited to continue watching her. And her and Mackenzie are doing some kind of swap, so clearly they are friends, which is so awesome to see. Okay, next I have a couple that are pretty big that I'm sure a lot of people watch. And the first one is Laura Penrose. She's kind of like the queen of knitting vloggers, isn't she? I have watched her Vlogmas for the past 2 years, so this is my 3rd year watching her. And yeah, I love her for the same reasons a lot of people do. She's very emotionally vulnerable. I think, you know, it's been really interesting watching her over the past couple of years, just seeing how much she's like changed and grown. And I don't, you know, always like, there have been parts on her journey that I can like vibe with more than others, but I do always think her vlogs are very beautiful. Like no one is quite doing it like she's doing it as far as quality and editing, and her music is really great. I saw she just released playlists of her Vlogmas music because it's so good. It's always just very cozy, and she's also a designer, so it's great to kind of see some of that background from her as well. Next one is Nitty Natty, who you know, it's funny, YouTube did their like Spotify Wrapped kind of thing this year, and she was my #1 channel that I watch, and I don't really feel like I watch her more than anyone else, but I watch most of her videos, and she publishes like 2 to 3 videos a week, so I guess that makes sense. Her and her partner just very recently moved to Montana, so they're having like a really nice picturesque winter. I think her Vlogmas feels a lot more relaxed this year. She's not posting every day, but when she does, it's definitely a little bit more chill. It seems like, you know, they're settling into their new house, so there's a lot of like organizing content. She's working on a really cool like crochet blanket project. I feel like she almost exclusively makes blankets at this point, so if you like blanket content, that might be your jam. But I don't know, there's something weirdly like calming to me about her videos at this point, because they are so, I want like formulaic, but not in a bad way. It's just, you know, when you know what you're gonna get from somebody, there's like a comfort to that. And I just really enjoy most of her videos. And last but not least, a more spinning focused one, we have Tashi from Stitches and Starlight. They are doing a more like a sit and spin format. They did that a couple of years ago, and they're back to that this year, and they also have a couple of vlogs sprinkled in. So every few days they are sitting, spinning part of their advent, and just kind of chatting throughout while they spin. And I really love their content. I would credit them with getting me into spinning, honestly. Like, I learned a lot of what I have learned about spinning from their channel, and they're a great resource, but they're also an awesome person. They have a lot to share about their own journey. And yeah, I just really enjoy listening to them and find them very calming. And like I said, they also have great music, and I feel like I've learned a lot about spinning from them. So if you are interested in spinning, could be a really great channel to check out, and not just their Vlogmas, like their whole backlog as well. So those are the Vlogmases I've been watching. To be honest, there were a few others that I started watching, but I kind of was having a hard time keeping up. So those are the ones I've been watching like consistently. I am caught up right now. And I'll just give a quick shout out to a couple others in case you're just looking for recs. So I have been watching Mont Fibers. That is a newer, I don't know if it's a newer channel, but she hadn't been posting much recently, and then all of a sudden she started doing Vlogmas. She lives in New York City, and her vlogs have been very short. They've mostly been under 10 minutes, which isn't a bad thing. They're just a little bit on the shorter side, but I get a lot of like New York City nostalgia from her vlogs. I used to live there, for those of you that don't know, for about 4.5 years, and I definitely miss it at times. And her being there working at like Rockefeller's Center, like it definitely gives me some New York nostalgia. So if you're interested in some quick little New York-y vlogs, hers could be really great. And the other one I've been checking in on occasionally is Sunday Morning Knits, which is Laura. I really enjoy her podcast. She is very, very sweet. She is a designer. She's getting into making some like polymer clay stitch markers. I find her very calming. I think her projects are always really nice. She's also been doing some pretty short, like bite-sized vlogs. So yeah, those would be my honorable mentions. Oh, and also What I Knit. They were recommended to me by my friend Nicole, and I think Nicole recommended me to them as well because they actually gave me a little shout out on their podcast, which was awesome. So yeah, I've really enjoyed her videos. I haven't gotten to see too many of them yet, but she has like really high quality videos. She's doing a little bit more like each video has a theme, and yeah, the ones I have seen have been awesome. So that was a lot. Like I said, I love Vlogmas, so I'm watching a lot of them, but I want to know which ones you're watching. If you're watching any that I didn't just mention, I would love to hear about your favorites in the comments down below. So with that, I am going to sign off for the day. I may or may not get a little more footage tonight, but I will definitely be back to check in with you again tomorrow morning. Good evening. It is Sunday, December 14th. It's about 5:20 p.m. I had every intention of checking in earlier today, and the day kind of just got away from me. In the past few hours, I've been kind of like running around like a crazy woman. Just kind of realized I had a bunch of stuff I needed to get done today. So here we are. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about my day, what's coming up tonight, and then a little bit about tomorrow. So yeah, the morning was pretty chill. I was doing my advent knitting, crafting stuff. I made some holiday tags. You would have seen footage of that. I carved those rubber stamps a couple of years ago, and I've just used them to like print on gift tags, and that's just like the gift that keeps on giving. I really recommend that if you want to try something new. There's not a lot of upfront investment to get like stamp carving tools, and it's really fun, and I just use them year over year without having to buy anything new again, and they always make me really happy to like revisit those little works of art that I made. So yeah, and then I use those tags to put a little bow on some of my Pfeffernuss cookies in jars, and I'll be giving those away starting tonight. I ended up getting like 6 jars of cookies to give away and a bunch more to keep for ourselves. So one batch of those, which was the recipe from Sarah Shearer's Gnome Advent, made like hundreds of those little cookies. And honestly, mine were even like bigger than the recipe calls for. So could have easily made like 500 cookies. Honestly, it was so many. So that was really fun. I'm excited to gift those. And then I also baked some shortbread cookies today. At work tomorrow, we're having our annual cookie swap, and the shortbread cookies are requested every year now. They are a fan favorite, and they're so simple. They're really one of the easiest cookies to make. Very few ingredients. It's like butter, flour, sugar, salt, and eggs. They're so simple. And then I have a little bit of fancy like dried flour sea salt that I like sprinkle on the top, and yeah, easy peasy. So I'll be taking those to work tomorrow. Yeah, like I said, the afternoon kind of got away from me, just little errands I needed to do around the house and stuff I needed to take care of. So here we are, and it's fully dark again, but I would love to show you my Advent-y things for today. So let's start with ones that I just opened. I'll start with my mystery scrappy Advent swap with my friend Jess. This was the yarn for today. Really pretty, like light blue kind of periwinkle color. Love. I was telling you last night I got the lip balm advent from my friend Austin, who I forgot to mention also has a YouTube channel where he shares like behind the scenes at his conventions and like how he makes his artwork. So I'll link that below for anyone that might be interested. But yeah, today we have day 2. Let's see what flavor is day 2. Baja soda. So I think it's like Baja Blast, which is fun. Here's his little original character. Love it. Oh yeah, it smells like Baja Blast. That's so funny. It's not funny, that's what it's supposed to smell like, but did you all see that Taco Bell did like a Baja Blast pie for Thanksgiving this year? Insane. It looked like some kind of tart, like a cranberry tart or something, but it was that like electric teal color. Alarming. Anyway, so that's my lip balm for today. I did my spin first thing this morning. Here is where I got to. Just got day 2 finished up in there. I think it is looking really pretty so far. This fiber has a really nice like sheen to it. I'm assuming from the silk content, but you never know. Well, we do know it's from the silk content. Sorry, my brain's a little fried right now. I added the stripe on my Advent sock, and this one was almost unanimous. I think maybe like one person voted for a different color, which is interesting. That's not, most days I would say there's been a clear winner. There have been a couple of days where we had like almost a tie, but this was the first time where there was like an overwhelming winner, and it was this really pretty dark green. And then I did go ahead and add in some waste yarn for my afterthought heel on both of these. I think they're still looking so fun. I'm loving these. And yeah, everything we add from now on will be for the leg. And then I'll go back at the end and add the forethought heels in. Excuse me. I got quite a bit done on my Wildflower Pullover by Andrea Gahn. I got all of today's color added. So here's where we're at. And I added the steeks yesterday, so you can see that we cast off some stitches. We'll put stitches on hold for the sleeve, so we'll be picking those ones back up. And then now we have a little 5-stitch steek here where the armhole will be getting cut open at the end, and that's so that we can continue knitting in the round, which I appreciate. And we are doing some decreases to shape the armhole. So these rows are already feeling a lot faster. I would say at this point, between putting stitches on hold for the underarm and doing a few rows of decreases, I've probably eliminated like 3 motifs worth of stitches at least. So yeah, it's already feeling a lot faster, and I think that's only gonna continue. So still loving this one. The steeks are really small. I'm definitely gonna be reinforcing them with my sewing machine pretty aggressively before cutting those open, because there's only gonna be 2.5 little fingering weight stitches on each side of the steek, and I'm using superwash yarn, so it's not gonna naturally stick together like a non-superwash yarn might. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do some sewing machine reinforcement before we cut that steek. I also got a lot of work done yesterday on my self-striping sock. So this isn't one of my like daily Advent projects, but I have been working on this month, and I'm timing myself to see how long it takes me to knit a pair of socks. And I almost finished the first one yesterday. So I finished knitting the foot and the toe, and you can see my markers here. I just need to cut in the afterthought heel and weave in the ends, and then this first one is going to be done. And right now I think I'm at about 4 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm guessing maybe it's gonna be in the ballpark of like 5 hours to knit each sock, but we'll see. I'm still loving this yarn. I hope you can see how sparkly it is. It's just really fun colors. It feels so festive, and I'm excited to cut in the heel. It's gonna be in the middle of this brown stripe, and I'm gonna start with red. And then I am gonna try and make the second sock match because I have plenty of yarn still. So yeah, I got a lot of work done on those. I can tell you about what I'm wearing. This is the Nordic Bloom cardigan by Caitlin Hunter. This was featured in the Lina Nordic Knits book, and I am very much in love with this. I used the recommended yarn, which is Balms. I knit this year. I just think the color work is gorgeous. I did just today go in and add some little elastic thread in here in the neckline. I added one at this point, just kind of going from here around the back of the neck. And I added one right along the edge to help kind of cinch that in a little bit, because it did have a tendency to fall open a little bit more than I wanted. And I feel like that change has already made it much more comfortable to wear, and it feels like it's gonna stay on my shoulders, which is great. Okay, that's the knitting stuff. You can probably hear that I'm a little flustered. I've been literally running around like a crazy panicked person for like the past 3.5 hours. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was just enjoying my weekend of crafting and chilling a little too much and forgetting about all of my responsibilities, but here we are. So this is probably going to be my last check-in for this video. I am still going to record tomorrow, but I'm probably not going to have a check-in tomorrow. If you remember last Monday, I wasn't able to do a check-in, and it's because my day was just so busy, and tomorrow's going to be the same. So I've got a really full, busy work day tomorrow, and then I'm going to be going to So to Speak to teach the second and final session of my colorwork cowl class. So I'll be there until at least 8:30. So I won't be getting home till late, and then I'm going to want to edit this video. So I just know I'm probably not going to get to a check-in tomorrow. Which is kind of a bummer, but I still love to record just a little bit more footage for you guys. As for tonight, we have really fun plans, and I'm super excited. My cousin, who has a super cute apartment in German Village, which is a very sweet, like, historical neighborhood in Columbus, she is hosting us and a couple friends and my sister for a winter solstice dinner party. And yes, we're a week early for the solstice, but our friends that are coming, they're going to be out of town next weekend, so we're just doing it a week early. And we're kind of also celebrating the end of renovation of her apartment, which just went through like a huge construction project. So we're going over there. She's cooking for us. We're bringing some wine. I'm bringing the peppermint cookies for everyone. And we're probably just going to hang out and have a good old time. So I'm glad I got all of my chores and duties out of the way so that tonight I can go and really just relax and have a good time with my friends, enjoy a little wine, enjoy some good food. Yeah, so after this, you will see that. You will see probably a little bit of footage from tomorrow, and that's going to be it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. This one's probably been a bit longer than some of my other ones. I had a little bit more chat in this one, but maybe not chatting tomorrow will make up for it. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like the video if you made it this far and enjoyed it. Please make sure you're subscribed if you made it this far and enjoy the videos. You know, that really makes a difference. It helps us build our community. The more subscribers we have, the more people can find us here on the channel. And yeah, thank you all for all of your comments about where you are watching from, what your favorite traditions are. Keep them coming. I love to chat with you all in the comments. So just thank you for being here, and I can't believe we're more than halfway over, but I'll see you on the next one, which is going to be probably covering days 16 through 18, 17. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.